counsel. Mr. Maris, are you prepared to make your closing argument?
Yes, sir.
Please do.
Does anyone need to stand up for a moment? Okay. So just first of all, thank you so much for your patience. We appreciate it. You heard the testimony. At every moment, things got mixed. You heard John Doe take the stand and say some things that were not in evidence at all. She didn't drink at all that night. And we heard the 911 call that she did. I wanted to protect my daughter. And I just ran out. Right? The officer. I wrote an official report, right, that he was trained to do. She said X, Y, and Z. X, Y, and Z wasn't in the video, right? My client, right, she didn't fully express herself on that day. Sure. Right? You're going to be the judges of that. That's your job. That's what we're here for. No dispute that my client left and came back. No dispute. No dispute that my client's hand ended up on John Doe's face. No dispute. Right? But everything else is up to you to decide. You heard my client testify on the stand. You heard me cross-examine the officer to try to get a more precise statement based on the body camera. You heard me compare the body camera to his actual official report. You heard me compare the 911 call with John Doe. At the end of the day, you guys are going to be the ones deciding this. What happened? Another thing that is not in dispute, my client said she wanted to leave multiple times. Multiple people said it. She wanted to leave. Absolutely. My client admitted that she was mad on the date. Absolutely. You're going to be instructed that you can assert your right to self-defense. My client, right, the defendant, can assert her right to self-defense if she is about to be touched unlawfully. You have your own self-autonomy. If I don't want to be touched, I shouldn't have to be touched. That's what happened here. John Doe could have just let her leave the second time, just like he did the first time. But he didn't. He tried stopping her. You heard the testimony. It's in the body cam, which I'm sure you guys will review. Right? He was coming in and out of the door. Right? No further explanation to that. No, what do you mean by coming out of the door, miss? None of that. Right? Trying to talk to me. A common expression. Another one, if you're at a bar, you say, I'm trying to get at this girl. Right? It means you're flirting with her. It means you're hitting on her. Right? There are common expressions. There could have been more investigation. Yes. Everyone could have been more precise. Yes, absolutely. But here are the facts. My client took the stand and she testified that he was trying to calm her down and put his hands on her. Calm down. Right? Shrug off. Calm down on the face. Shrug off. Pushed him. When he came back, she slapped him. She used the reasonable amount of force so he wouldn't touch her again. Because a woman shouldn't be touched if she doesn't want to be touched. Period. Now, regarding the cell phone. Did she slap the cell phone off of the bed? Yeah, she testified that. Absolutely. She did. Did she know that he was dialing 911? No. She slapped a phone that was sitting on a bed. Unless he was, Bluetoothing it from his brain, there's no way he was dialing that phone when she slept. They both reach for the phone. He grabs it. Then he starts dialing 911, and yes, she attempts to grab it. Absolutely. But that's not what you guys are tasked to do. Right? The actual law that you are going to be given is not attempted interference with a wireless device. It's actual interference with a wireless device. I can attempt all I want. But the law requires actual, so please. It's jury instruction A. To prove the defendant is guilty of this crime, the people must prove, and again, proof beyond a reasonable doubt, that the defendant unlawfully and maliciously removed, injured, destroyed, damaged, or obstructed the use of a wireless communication device. She never touched it after he grabbed it. Never touched it. When he started dialing, 911. Stop. Never actually touched it. So, not there. Second step. defendant had the specific intent to prevent the use of the device, to summon assistance, or to notify law enforcement officers. She said stop. She said stop. A woman who doesn't want to be touched, who's pissed about getting touched, who's trying to help her kid, is entitled to be mad. She's entitled to be mad. And a man, when he tries to touch a woman and she doesn't want to be touched, is going to get slapped. It happens. Right? The fact that he has weak gums and bleeds, that's sad. What are you going to do? You saw my client's size when she walked up to the stand. You saw his size. This man was at the door blocking her. The people mentioned that, well, she got a chance to run out, grab a knife. She went to the kitchen. Yeah, absolutely. And my client explained exactly why she did that. This has been a dramatic relationship. Right? It has. She mentioned a similar incident that happened to her before, where he Snapchatted her, sending her a picture of a knife, threatening that he was going to kill himself. Right? That he was going to hurt himself if she stopped talking to him. And then she went distraught to work, right? This is that type of a relationship. It's that type of a relationship that is just rough. It's just rough. Right? So she went and grabbed the knife. Why? Oh, she could have just left. Her baby's in there. The whole point was to go back and grab her baby and her phone and get the heck out of Dodge. But he didn't let her. Instead, no. He had to touch her when she didn't want to be touched. So ladies and gentlemen of the jury, all I'm asking is read the instructions. You're entitled to self-defense if someone is going to unlawfully touch you. And to use reasonable force. And to view the circumstances as they were in that moment. She's pissed. She just moved in about 4 weeks before. Right? Brand new roommate, you're in there for 4 weeks and you're already catching guy talking to the ex? How would you feel? Heck yeah, you're going to slap that phone. Right? That is the phone that he's using to communicate with his ex. Right? That's what happened here. She was pissed. Yeah. She said it. If she was pissed, it's still unlawful to touch someone. I can be happy or sad or angry or dancing, but if I don't want to be touched, and I tell you, don't touch me, and you come back at me, it's going to happen. Right? I might use a fist. She used a slap. And his gums bled. But she was entitled. She was entitled to defend herself in that moment. Because she did not want to be touched, and that's what the instructions were going to say. And regarding the cell phone, specific intent. Did she actually disturb him while dialing 911? Did she actually do it? No. She didn't. It didn't happen. Read the instruction. Right? She flung the phone. No one's dialing. We both reach 911. Stop. After he starts dialing 911, she doesn't touch the phone. She backs off. And instead of protecting his daughter, he bolts. He bolts and calls, I'm calling! I'm calling! Right? His first words were, I have domestic abuse. Right? Mr. Criminal Justice Degree over here. Right away. I have a domestic abuse. Right? And where is she? Inside, comforting her child. Review the body cam. Yes. Did she seem calm? Yes. A lot of people seem calm on the map. A lot of people get very animated like me. A lot of people might be more subdued. People get mad in different ways. Okay? You guys are the jury. It's your task to judge the evidence as you saw it with your impressions. Right? That's your duty. That's what we have. Now, you will also receive the instruction of beyond a reasonable doubt. Right? Beyond, I believe it's instruction 220. If amongst two reasonable interpretations, one leads to guilt and one leads to innocence, you must choose the one that leads to innocence. Why is it written that way? Because you have reasonable doubt. If there are two interpretations that make sense to you and that are reasonable to you, then you have reasonable doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an ugly case. No one likes seeing these cases because no one likes seeing families get into these kinds of stuff. No one likes it. Right? Officers don't like it. People don't like it. My client doesn't like it. But does it? You guys don't like it. Right? These are difficult cases. It's just falling apart. The client was ahead of the top of the time. And then the people think they're burdened on that second charge. It's not an attack. Did she actually do it? No. Now, their rebuttal, and we'd be here for 1,000 years. So, I appreciate your guys' time. And thank you so much for your attention. And please return the verdict according to the law. Not so simple.
Thank you, counsel.